Hey, welcome back to my channel, y'all. And today's battle is against Addi, a new time challenger. And yeah, I'm just not really sure what to say, so let's just go back into this match. So as you can see, I'm trying to use some Pokemon that, I always kind of liked and were interesting to me, like Granbull and Substrika. And his entire team looks pretty hardcore. So, I mean, he has pretty much all the OU mon. So we're going to hopefully make this interesting. So I'm going to go ahead and lead with Metagross. Obviously not Mega Metagross, because that is legal at this point in time. He's going to go ahead and lead with Gyarados. I don't see the Intimidate, so I know this is probably going to be a Moxie dose. So I feel kind of confident he doesn't really have much to do to me. I know that his Mega is probably going to be his Lopunny, so I'm not really afraid of Mega Gyarados. Just going to go for a Stealth Rocks instead. Instead, switch it into his Landorus. And, yeah, I'm just going to kind of switch out against that. I do not want to take an Earthquake. I decided to go into my Slowbro. He ends up surprising me here with an Earth Power. Not really usually what you see from Therian Landorus, being that it's, physical offenses be a lot stronger. But looking at that damage, it almost looks like he specs, and I really have nothing to really take that. So, unfortunately, my Slowbro goes down right away, and that's not really what I needed. So I'm just going to go to my Metachan. I'm like, you know what, maybe I can get some damage here on this Landorus if I just go for, I believe, a Fake Out. He ends up going out into his Rotom, and that's actually okay for me because I'm like, I'll get damage on this guy too. He ends up taking 25%, switching in here because he is the Heat form. He's partially Fire, so that's cool. Takes damage there, and I hit him down to about half, and I see the leftovers too, which means he's not Scarfed, so I actually feel pretty confident here. Just going for the high jump kick just to obliterate this guy. Mega Metacham obviously is one of the strongest physically offensive threats in the game due to its ability, which doubles its attack stat, so not so bad. And he's going to go into Tapu Koko now, and obviously pretty strong Pokemon. I actually switch out here into Metagross, kind of sacking it because it's like I don't really have anything that can really take an electric move in the electric terrain from a Tapu Koko, but he ends up just going for the Protect, so that's pretty awesome for me because my Metagross will not die here. I'm able to actually just get on Earthquake off, although he's just going to go into his Tangrowth after a U-turn, so a very good switch for him. I'm not going to be able to deal much to this thing, and unfortunately for me, I don't really have a whole lot to deal with this Tangrowth either. Tangrowth is obviously an OU Pokemon at the moment due to its excellent defenses, and it really can't be dealt with very easily. I'm just going to go to my Porygon-Z. This is a Conversion Z set, but I don't really want to pop it quite yet. He could probably still have a few Pokemon that could take even after a Conversion G, so I decided to go for the Ice Beam. And, yeah, he goes through his Landorus, which is a really awful play for him, knowing that Porygon-Z will probably carry Ice Beam no matter what the set. Although, of course, he probably knew that I had my Z move, obviously, because he did try to knock me off and it didn't work. So, he probably knew that I have a Z move, but it's still a pretty awful idea going into Tangrowth into his Landorus when an Ice Beam was likely incoming. So, yeah, I'm going to be able to KO that Landorus, which is pretty darn awesome. He's going to go into his Mega Lopunny now, and I'm like, well, I guess the best thing I have to do is go into Granbull. He's going to get the Intimidate off on this Lopunny, which is good. And also, I resist fighting, being I'm a fairy. There's really not a whole lot Lopunny can actually do to Granbull, so it's actually a pretty safe switch for me. Get the Intimidate off. I mean, I guess it's negated with the Parrot Punch, but don't really think he has a whole lot to do. And he doesn't really want to take a Play Rough, so I actually think I go for a T-Wave, figuring it was probably the safest play. If I get the T-Wave off in the Lopunny, that's pretty darn sweet, because that means the Lopunny is useless. Unfortunately, he goes down to Tangrowth, which it's kind of whatever. He probably would have taken the Play Rough like ridiculously well anyway. I'm just going to go to my Zed Striker, because I do have Outrage. Sorry, not Outrage, I have Overheat. I don't know why I said Outrage. They both go into O, I guess. Unfortunately, this thing is pretty obviously Assault Vested, and it takes that really well, and then it's able to kill me with the Earthquake. The damage is pretty good. I didn't want to go straight into my Porygon-Z, because he already knows how to carry the Z move, so you could probably maybe go for like a Power Whip or some other strong move. That's the reason I didn't want to go straight into my Porygon-Z. Anyway, I was going to go into his Gyarados here against my Porygon-Z. I just go for the Ice Beam, and that is going to hit it down to half. And I was considering popping off the Z conversion here, but I'm like, no, let's just go for the T-Bolt to just get the kill on this Gyarados. I don't want to risk it. maybe predicting my Earthquake and getting off a Moxie boost. Predicting my type advantage into Electric and then getting off the Moxie boost with Earthquake. But now he's gonna be able to go into Tapu Koko, and I'm like, yeah, let's switch against this thing. It'd be really nice to get the Z conversion because I am obviously I have the Thunderbolt in the first slot, so I had Z conversion into an Electric type. It'd be nice to get it in the Electric terrain, but I know that this thing was going to outspeed me, and it'd probably just kill Porygon-Z, so gonna go out of, Metagross just to sack it, and there you go. And now I have Medicham, gonna try to go for the Fake Out. He's gonna be very wise here and Protect, but I also have the Bullet Punch, so I'm just gonna go for that to hopefully kill this Tapu Koko. Unfortunately for me, his Bullet Punch is not gonna quite kill this Tapu Koko, and he's going to be able to get the Brave Bird off on me, which obviously will kill his Tapu Koko, which honestly was his biggest offensive threat at this point, but it will cost me my Mega Medicham, so Mega Medicham, you did pretty good. Mega Medicham is one of those Pokemon that whenever I use it, never seems to do anything, but in this battle, it actually did alright, so there you go. Anyway, in comes the Tangrowth. I just go into Granbull. I was hoping you would be going into Mega Lopunny, being that this is a double switch. But I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to go into my Porygon-Z. I don't really think this Tangrowth can really stop what I need to do. I just want a Z conversion and try to win this game. And yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and do that. So here comes the Z conversion. And it's obviously going to make me Electric type. He does have -1 attack. I know that he carries Earthquake, but I know that he's obviously going to have, -1 attack. Plus now I have +1 defense. He's just going to go with the Giga Drain. It's not going to do a whole lot. And I'm hoping at +1 I'd be able to kill with Ice Beam. Obviously, even with my adaptability boost, Thunderbolt is resisted by this Tangrowth, so I'm hoping to maybe kill it with Ice Beam, even though it's Assault Vested. Unfortunately, it does not, even at +1, so that's unfortunate. He does go for the Earthquake, but at -1 attack himself and my +1 defense, I'm able to live that. I'm just going to go for the Thunderbolt just to kill him. And, yeah, his last Pokemon is Mega Lopunny. They usually carry Fake Out, but even if he does Fake Out my Porygon-Z, I can just go into my Granbull and probably kill him with a Play Rough, so I feel pretty confident about this game. He's not even going for the Fake Out. Maybe he doesn't have it on that particular Lopunny set, or maybe he just realized we defeated at this point, so he just stays in and dies. So, either way, good game, Addi. I actually feel pretty good about this game, so I'm happy to get this win, and yeah, I guess a very strong team, no less. Anyway, today's question of the day is, if you could have one Pokemon in real life, and only one, like you couldn't use any other Pokemon, well, I guess it just kind of makes sense, because in real life, there would obviously be no other Pokemon, but let's assume that it is real life, right? Okay, so today is real. Like, you can have one Pokemon in real life. What would it be? And why? It doesn't necessarily even have to be your favorite Pokemon. I mean, just a Pokemon that makes sense for your life. As for me, I have to pick Dustbuster. Even though Magikarp is my favorite Pokemon, Dustbuster is my second love. And I just need a cute, cuddly Pokemon. It will just sleep in my sock drawer and be very cute. Because honestly, I can't think of a better pet than Dustbuster. So yeah, fur would be my choice. So leave a comment about that, and see you again next time. Later.